No degree, no experience, just 2 hours a day and a phone. Welcome back. This is Sit and Speak Your Truth. I'm Z, and on this channel, we don't let the I don't know how ever be a reason that we don't start and try something new. So every excuse we've ever been handed for why we can't build our own income, I've heard it. And honestly, I believed most of them, to be perfectly honest with you. For 13 years, I was in a steady government career before I finally stopped. No tech background, no time, no audience, no connections, no degree. Each one sounds reasonable on its own, but stacked together, they become a very convincing reason to never even try. And here's the truth. None of that is required for what I do now. I found a system that is done for you, a done for you income system. It has over 61,000 members, built specifically so that no degree and no prior experience are not barriers to entry. 2 hours a day, a phone, and a decision is the entire starting requirement. I bought the rights to sell the program, and I build my business. I'm building my business around it now on top of, the perks that I get of just selling the program. And the barrier to entry piece is what convinced me it was worth doing. So much of what keeps women out of building their own income isn't lack of ability. It's the lack of a starting point that doesn't require credentials we don't have. Traditional entrepreneurship often demands capital, right? A business degree, years of trial and error, before anything works out. But a done-for-you system removes that barrier entirely. You're not inventing a business from scratch. You're stepping into one that's already been built, tested, and proven by tens of thousands of people before you, proven that it works. And I want to be honest about where I started. 13 years in government doesn't exactly hand you a background in digital marketing or an online business. I didn't have a following. I didn't have a tech degree. What I had was a phone, a computer, 2 hours a day. I decided to redirect and a willingness to follow a system instead of trying to reinvent one. So the turning point for me wasn't, realizing that starting from zero experience wasn't actually the obstacle I thought it was. It was just the starting point everyone in this program shares. Once I stopped waiting to feel qualified enough and just showed up for my 2 hours a day, the credentials, having them or not having them, no longer mattered. This program, the products, the structure, the systems are already built. What you're responsible for is showing up, learning the process, and doing the work consistently. Consistency is the key. There's no prerequisite course, no certification, no portfolio required before you're allowed to start, right? This is for every woman who may be in her solo season, over 50, who's been told directly or indirectly that she needs more credentials before she's allowed to build something of her own. Or maybe that she's, too old, right, to start fresh, to build something on your own. It's bullcrap. You don't need any of that. The only prerequisite here is a decision that you're worth it, a decision that you want more out of life, a decision that you want financial freedom, a decision that you're tired of worrying about finances and money, especially if you're doing life on your own. More than 61,000 members are proof that no degree and no prior experience is required to do this. Women from every possible background, starting with exactly the same 2 hours a day that you have. And I'm not going to tell you, that this is some overnight success, because it isn't. You have to show up every day. You have to be consistent. The point is that consistency, not credentials, is what moves the needle here. And maybe you're thinking, I'm not good with technology, or Z, I've never built anything online before. I don't even know where to start. Neither had I. This isn't built for people who are already know how to do everything. It's built specifically for people who don't know yet, but they're willing to learn. And they're willing to learn by being open to being mentored and being taught the proper way to go about building. I want you to picture a version of your life where I don't have the right background is no longer the sentence that stops you, right? Picture 2 hours a day, consistently invested, anytime, morning, noon, or night, turning into an income stream that exists because you decided to start, not because you weren't already qualified. And as that income grows, it's worth having a plan, right? For the unexpected too. There is so much happening in the world right now. And I know when I was in the US, just a couple of years ago, the only thing that I could think about was my exit. How the heck was I going to get out of there? Because things were looking more and more dire every day, and my spirit felt heavy, like I knew something was coming, and I did not want to be there when it arrived, right? So that's why I left. And then when I left, I thought about all of the obstacles I had to overcome, all the things that I learned in the process of preparing to leave. From the time that I took a relocation tour to the time that I actually landed in Panama. So I created a free relocation checklist for people that may be toying with the thought of leaving. Some things that you should look at before you make a decision. And if you've already decided that you need an exit, I want you to check the description box below, because I have created a 120-day relocation guide for people who are looking to make an exit, or even if you just want to have things prepared in the case that you need to. Maybe you have no intention of going anywhere right now, but we never know what might be on the horizon for tomorrow. And having a checklist that you can tick off boxes, that you can look at and see the things that you need to be preparing, or maybe the documents you need to have, or how you go about getting a passport if you don't have one, or how you go about selecting your country. All of those things are things that you should think about in the event that you might have to make an exit. So if you're looking for something like that, or you just want to have something like that as a backup for yourself, please check the description below. I have a link there for you. So the only requirement in starting, back to what I was talking about previously, everything else we figure out along the way. The only requirement to starting for you is just to make the decision and to realize that you deserve more, and that you don't have to stay on the struggle bus every single day, fearful about where money is coming from, fearful about being able to pay your bills, fearful about being able to leave with a quickness if you might have to. You don't want those things hanging over your head. So if any of this is resonating in your spirit, I want you to comment my truth below, and I'm going to personally send you the Freedom Blueprint. It's the blueprint that I'm using currently to build my online business and to earn income online. And the things that I'm learning within this system are just phenomenal. And not knowing where we're going to be from day to day in the world, with crisis after crisis happening all around us, it does not hurt, and it will not hurt us to have a solid backup plan and a solid side income that if we need to depend on fully, we can do that. Knowing that we have taken a chance, made the decision to build and earn income online to benefit ourselves and our family. That's what I got for you today, guys. So again, if you are interested, if this is resonating within you, I want you to click or comment my truth below so I can get the blueprint out to you. It's never too late to prepare. It's never too late to be the person you've always imagined or envisioned in the back of your mind. And it's never too late to create the wealth. You're not too old. and you're not too late. All right. I love you all. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much for hanging out. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. Give me a comment below. I am trying to grow the channel, and I'm trying to reach as many people as I can, because I feel like there are a lot of women out there that right now, especially if you're in a solo season and you're over 50, are feeling a little lost and maybe a little unsure. And I want you to know that there is an out, and you don't have to be afraid, and you don't have to struggle. So that's all I have for you all today. Thank you so much for sticking around. Again, comment my truth below. I'm going to shoot the Freedom Blueprint to you. And as always, like I tell you at the end of every video, ladies, please HOAS, keep your head on a swivel. There's a lot of crazy crap going on in the world today. Keep yourself protected. Keep yourself safe. And as always, remember, keep speaking your truth. And I'll see you tomorrow. Much love.